This is the Transformers Generations Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Insecticon Bombshell. Finally, the third member of the Insecticon trio is here. I picked up this figure from my local Toys R Us store out here in Manila for a whopping $35. And these figures are getting so pricey by the day, by the month. It's Evo Fusion. Let's get this guy out of packaging. And here is Legacy Evolution Bombshell out of the box. And finally, we have the third and final member of our Insecticon trio. I am so happy. I'm not entirely sure why Hasbro decided to sell them individually, because most collectors are not going to get just one or two Insecticons. You got to get all three. I'm pretty sure we are going to get a box set of all these Insecticons. Pretty sure we're going to get all three of them in sort of like a G1 style box, whatever. The figure looks fantastic. There is a slight hitch in the transformation, which I didn't really appreciate, but color-wise, design-wise, this is so G1 Bombshell. So happy with this figure. Let's take a closer look at the details of this new Legacy Evolution Insecticon Bombshell. Head to toe, the figure stands at about 13 centimeters tall, or about 5 1/4 inches tall. And for comparisons, here is Bombshell with the original G1 Bombshell. This is from the 3-pack Toys R Us anniversary set. And here we have the Legends, Transformers Generations Legends Bombshell. And this figure has come a long way from being this to this to this. And I think this is still the best incarnation of Bombshell for the Generations line, because it looks so much like the G1 toy with all the attributes and all the aesthetics that make him G1 styled, and at the same time it's got that more modern look, articulation, updated version and all that to make him look cartoon accurate. I really love how he came out. Love the purple, the gold highlights, black and gray plastic. I mean, plastic quality, no complaints. If you've seen the plastic quality of Kickback and Shrapnel, it's the same kind of very good, sturdy, premium, pseudo-premium plastic quality we've gotten used to from both Insecticons. If you noticed, the entire sculpt and aesthetic and look and feel of this figure mimics what they did with G1, down to the gun, the 3-pronged blaster. You get the Rhino Beetle's horn on top of his head. The way the figure transforms is so similar to the G1. Even has a gold cockpit right there, and the way the head looks on this new one mimics the old style of the head in G1. And speaking of the other Insecticons for the Legacy line, here he is with Legacy Deluxe Class Kickback and Legacy Evolution Deluxe Shrapnel, and all three of them look great together. So much nostalgia in them, and yet they've got a modern look and feel to them, great articulation, and a lot of G1 inspiration at the same time, a lot of that cartoon accuracy and detail. Very, very nice. So happy to have all three of them. They're gonna look great on any Decepticon shelf. And here are all three sets of Insecticons left in my collection. You've got the Legacy Evolution version, you've got the Legends version, and as well as the G1 versions. And I gotta say, obviously these are my favorite versions, but the G1 Insecticons, I'm keeping this set because I've seen the reveals for the Walmart exclusive reissues, and they don't have chrome in them. They just have silver plastic, and no, I'm not getting those because I love the chrome, and these guys are gonna stay. These guys, on the other hand, they've been reissued a couple times for Power of the Primes, Titan's Return, and all that, but these are basically legend scaled Insecticons, and for a while they were the Insecticon group for any Generations collector. But unfortunately, amazing figures as they are, I think I'm gonna have to let this set go. I'll probably sell them off in favor of these. These are going to be my de facto Insecticons for my Generations collection. So basically, this new Bombshell figure is a heavily retooled Shrapnel figure. As you can see, the waist piece, the thighs, the hips, thighs, legs, feet, forearms, fists, biceps, They're all from the Shrapnel mold. Now, obviously, the weapons are new, the head sculpt is new, torso is new, back part is new, but half the figure is recycled parts from Shrapnel, which is fine because you'd expect that. Both of them are beetles as opposed to Kickback being a locust, so that's fine. Okay, now this figure does come with his blaster, as I showed off earlier, very G1 styled. Similar, even this blaster on top of his head, so both can be used as weapons. You can plug in some effects, blast effects if you wish. So I thought that was pretty cool. Now he does have extra weapons right here, which actually form part of his legs, the insect legs. And here's where the magic comes in, the Evo Fusion gimmick. And what you do is you put these two other blasters onto his main blaster, and then you plug it on his arm or his fist, and boom, there you go. Just like the box, Evo Fusion. And of course, you can plug in the blast effects if you wanted to. This just makes it look so much more cooler. Oh man, you're gonna have loads of fun with this new Evo Fusion gimmick from Bombshell. It's like 3 guns in one. So transformation, and here's where the figure I think is lacking the most. Okay, put the weapon off to the side. Go ahead and fold the fists just as you would Shrapnel. You're gonna lock in these insect legs right here. Go ahead and cover up that face with this plate. Rotate waist assembly, open up the shins, fold down the toes, go ahead and fold up the legs just like Shrapnel again, and then you go combine, tab the legs in. Okay, now with Shrapnel, what you would normally do is you would just combine and like tab the fists right here, and that would be it. But for Bombshell, it's very much like G1. You go ahead and fold the shoulders back, and then here's the tricky bit. There's a tab on either forearm here, and there's a tab right there on the side as well. So what you need to do is tab this tinier peg right there onto the hip. There's a notch right there, a divot, and then this other peg is going to slide or notch in onto that other peg hole. So it's a little tricky, but it is possible. So what you do first is the thighs or the hip tab, and then you sort of slide it in onto this panel till it clicks. You try and do the same thing on the other arm, and on my copy, this, I guess, left arm, I don't know if it's because of the molding or assembly, but it doesn't tab in as nicely as this other one. So let's do the same thing. You plug it in onto the hip, and then you try and just, hopefully it works, because I've done this like several times and it never works. So, okay, it kind of works, but you can see right there, it's just really struggling to stay in compared to this one. This one's just like solid, but this one, at any given notice, it will just pop out. So that is kind of annoying. That's the most annoying bit about this figure, and it's a transformation. And you know, they made the forearm dual purpose so that it will also, it's the same mold, it will fit well with Shrapnel's transformation, and then with dual purpose as Bombshell's transformation. That is essentially the Bombshell's beetle mode, or the rhino beetle. Now, given that he is a rhino beetle, the instructions tell you to point the Insecticon insect blaster this way, but if he's a rhino beetle, it should be positioned at an angle, just like that, because he's a rhino beetle. Rhino beetles have that horn right there, but you know, for just following the instructions, it should be positioned that way, and then the gun will fit in either peg hole right there, which just makes him very asymmetric. Just to compare him with his G1 self right here. Yep. I mean, some people were saying transformation might be too simplistic, but they're just taking a page from the G1 design and trying to make it as accurate as possible. And then let's bring in the Generations Legends line. Bombshell, or Bomb Shock, I think he was Bomb Shock for this figure. We all know he's Bombshell. So yeah, definitely looks like a brick, but that's how it was back in G1. This one is a little bit more stylized, looks more like a scarab beetle. So yeah, very cool. And then finally here he is with the rest of the team, Shrapnel and Kickback, both in insect mode. They look absolutely phenomenal together. It's so exciting to have all three of them. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm gonna put Bombshell here off to the side because I've always felt that Shrapnel was a leader. Insecticons, attacked! Terrorize! No, I'm kidding. And once again, here are all the Insecticon teams, all in their insect or alt modes. G1, the Legends, as well as the new Legacy versions. And so some final thoughts on this Legacy Evolution Insecticon Bombshell. Man, the figure looks great. All three figures did not disappoint. They all have some little minute problem or issue, but I don't think that will deter anybody from picking all three figures. If you're into the Generations line, you love these Legacy figures, and you're a big fan of the G1 characters, the Insecticons, then these figures are an absolute must-have. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm calling it now, Hasbro is going to repack all these three figures into one set, like gift set, done in G1 format box and all that. Maybe give them even better colors or recolor them. And speaking of retooling and recoloring, I'm pretty sure all three of these molds are going to be repurposed as Deluxe Insecticons. If you missed out on any of these figures, you could go and hunt for them. There's always that thrill in hunting figures down, but rest assured, I'm almost 100% sure you're going to see these figures again in better versions, as a set, as a repack, recolor, whatever. So I'm just so impressed with it. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. This entire set deserves a 10 out of 10. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this Transformers Generations Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Insecticon Bombshell. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.